this recording thing here. I don't know if it was already recorded in my previous comments, but I was covering the race with Noah Lyles. Of course, it's Greg M here talking your track and field. This track and field talk, I'm analyzing this race. You know, Noah Lyles just came down and tore up Usain Bolt record again. And I was just analyzing the race. I was playing around with this software here with being able to do this live, but broadcast it later. But I don't think I knew what I was doing. I thought it was recording, but now it looked like it's just now recording. Yeah, I guess you have to still go live. But anyway, was talking about this time here, man. Noah Lyles, man. I mean that man is just getting better and better every day. But not to leave out Letsile Tebogo and not to leave out Zarnell Hughes, who's fast improving from the Glen Mills camp. Usain Bolt, former coach, who's now coaching Zarnell Hughes, oblique Seville, also from Jamaica. Zarnell Hughes is from Great Britain. He's representing Great Britain, but trains in Jamaica. But Noah Lyles ran that 1947 because of this guy right here. And this guy, because, you know, right about 110, 120, going about 130, Zarnell Hughes was right there. And then Noah Lyles started pulling away at about the 150 mark, but then Letsile Tebogo got into his running groove and caught Noah Lyles pretty much on the line with a fast charging top end speed. He might have a better top end speed than Noah Lyles. If he gets out of that blocks and run that curve, I don't think Noah Lyles can catch him. He won't be able to close the gap. Put it that way. Aaron Knighton, until he gets back down to that 19.4 again, which he did last year, but he wasn't able to repeat that. You know, the psychology and the mental stress and anxiety you go through when you get to the major event is a challenge. Let me get this out of here. So, oops, let me discard this. Doing my analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Greg M here. We're on the Greg M Sports Show. Let's replay this. Glad this video was right here. See, that's Tebogo there in the orange. They're running that curve.
Right up with him around the top end though, but it's Tebogo, Hughes, and Noah Lyles, and then right in the middle, also going well is King, but Zarnell Hughes is leading, but here comes Lyles.
You see, look at that, Tebogo fast closing, right on the tape. I think by the time Noah Lyles saw that, it was too late. But, you know, he still had that edge where, you know, his body came across just barely. If Tebogo got into his running form, his tapping speed a little quicker, if he'd got that gear going a little bit quicker, man, it took him a minute, it seemed like. Because he was pretty much off the curve with Lyles. He was a little bit behind, just slightly behind Zarnell Hughes and Noah Lyles. But once Noah Lyles started pulling away from Zarnell and he thought Zarnell was no longer a threat, I didn't think he knew Letsile was charging back that fast. Let's take a look again. They're coming off the curve. They see they're all kind of lined up now. All right, as you can see, Noah Lyles is in his running form, man. He's humping right here, right? He's hot stepping it now, high knees. This is where Zarnell Hughes try to stay within both high knees, but Noah Lyles have a more dynamic arm drive at this point. You can see right here, Noah Lyles' arms, but compared to Zarnell Hughes, his arms is not dynamically all the way back. It's not all the way 90 degrees or 45 degrees or whatever. In front, not eye level anyway. It's like his arms are a little bit lower. But he had the, you know, pretty much knee drive, about the same stride frequency. Noah Lyles have a better stride frequency. Let's see the Tebogo right here. Tebogo right here is behind. He's about a step or two behind maybe 3 behind Noah Lyles. Because at this point, Noah Lyles start to extend. And I think at this point, he figures Zarnell Hughes right here is no longer a threat. He probably thought Zarnell Hughes no longer a threat, and he probably didn't think Tebogo was going to be able to catch him by the time he passed that 150 mark and didn't see Zarnell Hughes in the picture. He didn't see Tebogo until near the end. All right, we're going to analyze this one more time. One more time for the YouTube supporters here. Y'all with me? Y'all still with me? Look at that. They're all kind of right there. But Noah Lyles catapult off a little bit, but not that far. And this is where I thought Zarnell Hughes was going to run him into the ground. But then look at the fast charge. Look at the top end speed. One more time. I'm going to try and freeze the picture, the video near as close to the finish line as possible, just to give y'all the impact of what Tebogo did to a veteran like Noah Lyles. So this is probably about 160, 170. Tebogo caught up with Zarnell Hughes. Noah Lyles still comfortable out in the lead. But this is when Letsile Tebogo now is in his stride. See that knee is up a little bit more. His stride is getting his groove with his stride frequency. By this time, Zarnell Hughes is tightening up. His arm drives have dropped a little bit. No longer dynamic. His stride frequency is shortened up. Noah Lyles is still good stride frequency. Still striding out. Still driving. And then Letsile Tebogo pretty much passed Zarnell Hughes and came after Noah Lyles. Almost beat him, in my opinion. Watch this one more time.
And no Lyles, and then right in the middle, also going well is King, but Zarnell Hughes is leading, but here comes Lyles, and Tebogo is coming as well. Lyles is going to get the win here from Tebogo, close. No.
When you see Zarnell Hughes finishing. But look, I mean, these guys, this is how close it was. They passed the finish line, of course, but that's how close they were at the line. And they pretty much crossed the line, pretty much how they hit the line at the 200 meters. Everybody else is just like running for fourth and fifth. They're far behind. These guys were not even a factor. So what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What y'all think? Noah Lyles still the favorite? I mean, he's probably going to still be the favorite because of the experience and the consistency, right? But he's going to have to work hard, though, with these guys. It's not going to be easy. He's going to have to work hard with the likes of Zarnell Hughes, Letsile Tebogo. Orgando is probably going to come strong. What's his name? I forget, Nerek. The other guy from the United States that tend to rise and shine. Not to leave out Area 9. That's who I should be thinking about. He's a young guy too. Right, so we're just going to have to catch this again. I want to hear the commentary. The commentator was excited.
Wants to get out very, very quickly, and he does with Tebogo outside him. Noah Lyles is right up with him round the top bend, though, but it's Tebogo, Hughes, and Noah Lyles, and then right in the middle, also going well is King, but Zarnell Hughes is leading, but here comes Lyles.
Zarnell Hughes coming
as well. Lyles is going to get the win here from Tebogo, close. No.
See, this is where Tebogo was catching up now. He's already passed Zarnell Hughes at this point. He's coming after Noah Lyles. He smells blood. He probably thought maybe he can nip him at the line. Noah Lyles is focused on the finish line. I don't know if he was glancing and saw him in the corner of the eye. I didn't see any kind of interview of the post race, how they if they interviewed Noah Lyles and if he said he saw what was happening and felt like he was still in control or what. But if let's see Tebogo got in his groove a little bit here, when when Noah Lyles was starting to pull away and he kind of went a little bit sooner or got into his stopping speed a little bit sooner, he probably could have beaten Noah Lyles. But I think if Letsile Tebogo gets a better better as far as run a much more dynamic curve, get out the blocks, run that curve, try to be the first off the curve with the likes of Noah Lyles, and it display that top-end speed and get up into his running form groove a little bit quicker, his top-end speed. With that 400-meter strength, he's going to maintain that speed. Noah Lyles is not going to catch him. Aaron Knight is not going to catch him. Unless Noah Lyles go out there and break Bolt's world record to do that, to catch up with the likes of Letsile Tebogo. Or Letsile Tebogo just can't manage the rounds. He gets to the finals and he's spent trying to qualify in the heats and the semifinals because of the lack of experience. But keep an eye on this guy. I think he still have some improvement. Zarnell Hughes, I think he can get down to the 1969 or 1967. But he's going to have to run a 19.4 or 5 for the 19.4 or 5 to get second. It's going to take 19.3 based on how these guys run. Again, I don't know what the Budapest track is like. The conditions got to be good because if they're running against negative winds, they can forget about having fast times. But if the condition is right, you could see a challenge to the world record and possibly a 19.2 take away that second fastest time from Johan Blake. All right, so that's all the commentary I want to make. I'm looking at Letsile Tebogo as being the dark horse, and Aaron Knight to be in the mix still. But if Zarnell Hughes keep improving, he could challenge for that bronze. But I think it's going to be between gold and silver between Noah Lyles and Tebogo based on this performance yesterday, this past weekend.
Hughes and Noah Lyles, and then right in the middle, also going well is King. But Zarnell Hughes is leading, but here comes Lyles, and Tebogo is coming as well. Lyles is going to get the win here.
Look at that. Oh, I almost got him. Almost got him. That was a magnificent race, though. I enjoyed that race. This was even better than watching that Fenke Ball running that 51.45, looking like she wanted to challenge for that world record. Sydney McLaughlin, LeBron is probably looking at her like, wait, you're trying to take my world record from me? But anyway, Sydney McLaughlin is going for that new challenge, breaking that 400-meter world record, are the first to equal it, are the first females 400-meter runner to at least go sub 48. She go 47.9 or something like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a quick take I wanted to kind of put out there. Greg M, Track and Field Sports Show here, where I cover track and field. Sometimes I talk about other sports too, like right now I got to support my Jamaican women in the World Cup soccer. They gave France a good run, tied them. France couldn't score despite all the opportunities and getting our best female player thrown out the game. But right now the World Championships is coming up. Track and field is my number one. And I'm looking forward to the women's 100, women's 200, men's 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, 4x4, 4x1, long jump, triple jump, pole vault, and this Duplantis is going to win that gold in the pole vault. We'll see. We'll see. Lots of top performances. We have to go again. This is my new phrase now. Get your popcorn ready. We have a lot more excitement to come. I think we're going to be totally entertained and sitting on the edge of our seats for some of these performances. Might see some upsets, and might see a world record or two drop in the sprints. Let's stand by and watch his space. All right, so that's all I have for y'all, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Don't have nothing more right now. And that's going to be it until we meet next time. Let me come out of this. All right, folks, later.